Another very special Harcourts Rata and Co auction here at number 10 Kassandra Heights in EPPING. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts Rata and Co, and I'm joined here today by some of my award-winning team in blue. If you do require their advice, please feel free to approach either Jim Vlahos walking out right on cue, and of course Mr. Leon El-Assaad, who no doubt you've had the opportunity to meet throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements which in place help you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions that are available for inspection before the start of the auction. Auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything's in there, everything's quite clear. Buyers, a great opportunity for the first home buyer here today, great opportunity for the investor, a great opportunity for the family to buy this wonderful family home, this wonderful family location. You all know what you're here for. I'm not going to go on and on because I know that I have kept you waiting, not going to keep you waiting any longer. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. If you're here to get the salt sticker up on the board, right now is the time to reserve that right, buyers. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 10 Kassandra Heights? Who'd like to start us off on it? Mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like.
740 here.
Was that 50, sir? I'm going to go with the 750 if you don't mind, Jim. At 750,000 now behind. At 750,000 bid there against your buy if they like it. 750, welcome sir, and best of luck at 50 now. At 760 now, 760 the bid. At 60 and 70 now. At 770,000. At 770,000 now, fairly been offered. 770 the bid there, across the road at 80 now. At 780,000. At 780, at 90 now, and 800 it's got to be. At 790 in the bids there at 90. At 790,000, fairly been offered at 790 bid there across the road, 800,000 even money now. Don't let it scare you off, sir. Just around number, $800,000 the bid. At 800 now. At $800,000, fairly been offered now, $800,000. At 800,000, bids there on the phone with Jim at 8. At 800,000 now. Once at 800,000, are we done?
802.
What was that, sir? Was that a bid? I have 802 here at 802. 802 now. At 802,005 now at 805. At 10 now, welcome to all three, best of luck. At 810 in the centre, at 810 now. At 810,000 there in the centre, opportunity either side at 810,000, fairly building off, and now at 815. At 815,000, bid back here at 815. At 820 now. At 820,000, fairly building off, and now 820 the bid. At 820,000. At 820 now. At 820,000, fairly building off, at 25 now. At 825. Leon, do we sell here today? We sell here today at 825,000. Make absolutely no mistake about it. You heard it from Leon. We're on the market. We sell 825 the bid. If there's no further bidding, we'll sell at that. Was that a bid, sir? You started with 8. What was it? 826 at 826,000. Keys are with you at 826. We're on the market and selling. Make absolutely no mistake about it. 27 now at 827 there against the tree at 27. At 30 now, and welcome back at 30. At 830,000, done on the phone there at 830 now. At 830,000, if you've come to bid, you must show me now. You must bid me now if ever hold your peace. I'm not going inside to receive instructions. My instructions are clear. We sell at 31. We're selling here today at 831,000. Make absolutely no mistake, we play for keeps. At 831, the bid's here. The keys are here. We sell once at 32, and welcome back at 32. At 832,000. At 832,000, fairly been offered now at 832 the bid. At 832,000, and we're selling here today at 832. At 832,000, bid there, keys and they're here now. At 833 the bid. At 833, 1,000 is not working for you, sir. Try something bigger. 833,000, can I at least say 35? 35. At 35, 35, sir? 35 at 835 at 835 at 835,000 bid here, 835 the bid at 835,000 bid there. How about 40 in the rise? Be bold at 835 at 835 the bid. Fairly been offered now. Bids there, keys are there. If you tell me you're out, I'll sell over there at 835 at 36 now at 836, and we're back here at 36 at 836,000 at 836,000. Sir, on the phone here, are we done? Okay, get back to me soon at 836 now. 37 now at 837. Sir, across the road, are we done there? Thank you very much for you being here today at 837,000. At 837, are we done on FaceTime, Leon? At 837,000 now at 837. The bid's back here. Keys are back here. At 837, the bid. We're on the market. We sell. 837 now. Need to know. On the market and selling. Play for keeps once. At 837, done.
38.
At 38 now at 838. 40, surely, sir.
39.
At 39, at 839, at 840, the quick retort at 40, at 840,000, bid back here now at 840 the bid, at 840,000, 41, 2 if you like, 41 bid here, at 841, bids here, keys are here, it's against your bid at 841, at 841,000, any instructions yet, sir, at 841, at 841, don't know yet, definitely done? We're out. Thank you very much for you being here today. 841,000, fairly been offered. Looks like you've only got one left to beat. At 841 now, once at 841,000, all done.
842.
842, welcome, best of luck. Never too late to the hammer fours. Almost fell on you there, but you're in the race. You're in the running now, in the box seat with the keys at 842. At 842,000, you worked so hard, sir. You worked so hard. We have to test the result. We can't let them come in with one bid at the end. At 43, at 843 now. At 843, and the bid's there. 44 now at 844. At 844,000. At 844, we're back here at 844. 45 now at 845, 6 if you like at 6 got with a nod of the head at 846, at 846 now. At 846,000, fairly bid and offered now, 846 the bid, 47, 7 now, at 46, can I say 50 sir? At 48, at 848, at 848, can I say 50 on your behalf, sir? At 50 got, at 850,000, at 850 in the bids there, 850 the bid, 850,000, it's a late run, you want to make it count. 51 got at 851 now at 851. We're back here at 851, so the keys are 52 at 852 now. At 852, are we done over here? Thank you very much for you being here today. 852,000, bid there, keys are there, opportunity with you. At 53, at 853, at 853 now. At 853, 54, 54, 55, sir. 55 at 855, at 855, at 855,000, at 56, at 856 now, at 856, at 856,000, fairly been offered 56 there. 7 now at 857, at 857. 58 at 858, at 858, 60 surely sir, can I say 60? At 60 got, at 860,000 now, at 860,000, at 860,000, the ones aren't working for you sir, give me a bigger bid, at 860 the bid's there, the keys are there, we're on the market, we sell, 860 the bid, once, at 860 done.
Add 2 more.
At 2 now at 862. We'll try 2 in the rise. At 862,000. At 862, we're back over here now at 862. Keys are there. 63 at 863 now. At 863,000. At 863,000, fairly been offered. 863 the bid. 64 at 864, at 864,000 now, fairly been offered at 864 the bid, at 864 bid there, 65, at 65 got, at 865 now, at 865, at 865,000, fairly been offered 66 now at 866, at 866, at 866, back over here now at 866, against your bid, at 866, can I be bold sir, say 70, at 866 the bid. At 70, why not? At 870, let's really put them to the test. At 870 now, at 870,000. Big bid deserves a big one in response. At 870 in the bids there. Opportunity with you now. At 870,000, I need to know. We're on the market. We sell. 870 now the bid. Once at 870,000, all done. Second call, 870,000 done. Finished. Third. Final call,
1,000.
At 1,000 at 871, at 871,000. So it was a good blow, 871. It gave him pause to think. At 871, the bid's there. At 72, at 872, the quick retort at 72. At 872,000, at 872, back over here at 872 now. At 3 now at 873, at 873, at 873,000, at 873 there. At 873, bids over there. 4 now at 874, at 874,000, fairly been offered now at 874, 5 now at 875, at 8 3/4, at 875,000, 6 if you like. How about 80? Can I say 80, sir? At 6, I tried. At 876, at 876 now, 876, fairly been offered now, 876 the bid. We're on the market and selling once at 876, all done. Twice at 876, done, finished, third. Final call, 876,000, all done. At 78, at 878,000, at 878 the bid now, 80 now, sir. At 880 now, at 880,000, at 880,000, at 880,000, bid there, definitely done, that's the limit. At 880,000, are you absolutely sure? You've been so strong since you entered, you're definitely done. Thank you very much for being here today. At 880,000, bids here, keys are here. If you've come to buy, show me now. We're on the market, we sell, $880,000 the bid. Once at 880, all done. Twice at 880,000, done, finished, third, final call at 880 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent and out at 880,000, definitely done. We are selling, 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 sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts Rata & Co auction. Have a great week.